it's Kim here from Kyms Homestead here in Victoria, Australia. How are you today? All doing well, I hope. Well, as you can hear, my voice is still a little bit froggy. I've had quite a lot going on, and that's why I haven't been able to put out too many videos for you. One bit of news is I'm selling up the old homestead. So, it's probably going to be a little while before I move as yet, but what I'll do is show you some of what I was working with, trying to pack up the old homestead, sort through nearly 20 odd years of stuff, getting rid of it all. I did have two quite large garage sales, and which moved a little bit of stuff, and the rest I gave to a lady who runs a local charity. So I gifted her whatever I couldn't sell. She was very grateful to get it, and I hope that she raises a fair bit of money for her chosen charity. Anyway, so I was packing and unpacking and pulling out cupboards, and a lot of what you see, the beginnings of the packing, I'd already done quite a fair amount. And what I've done is I've hired a space, and I'll just put everything into there just to try and clean up and declutter a bit, and then hopefully I can start showing the homestead to a new prospective buyer. Hopefully they will like it and buy it. But I'm expecting that it will be on the market for a while, so it would be a nice surprise if it's not. But that's what I'm expecting. It's an unusual place. It's quite a large house, but it does have limited bedrooms, which normally people like 3 or 4 bedrooms, and this doesn't have it. It's also unusual in the fact that I have a food forest in my backyard and quite a lot of wicking beds. I think I've got about 9 or 10 wicking beds, plus other vegetable beds, pumpkin frames and so forth, and so it would appeal to somebody who's in a lifestyle that likes to be as sufficient as possible, or maybe they like preserving and canning as much as I did. Now that I'm getting older and not in the best health anymore, I've had to come to the conclusion that it's time to pack up and move somewhere that's going to be a little bit more manageable. So, another thing, as you know, well, some of you might know, I've actually been quite sick over the last couple of weeks, just with the flu. I haven't actually had the flu for, gosh, at least 10 years. And normally when I get the flu, I get a good dose. So, and this is what I did. So I actually have been very ill and not able to make videos because I haven't been able to speak. So unless you're into silent movies, it wasn't very productive, and I'd used all the footage that I'd previously shot on putting out the few videos that I have been able to do. So that's the few things that it's probably one of the reasons why I actually got crook, is because I let myself run ragged a bit in doing the packing and tidying and cleaning and all the things that come with selling a house. So I think I let myself get run down a little bit too much, and therefore I was susceptible to getting the flu. Anyway, it happens. It's done. And hopefully I'm nearly over it. Hopefully I can start putting out some content to you again. Anyway, so let's start the footage with what the house more or less looks like. It's a pretty big mess. And don't forget, in this I've already gotten rid of probably about 50 odd boxes of stuff. Anyway, let's have a look.
Garlic in this. Have some homegrown peeled garlic in the fridge.
Here is the, basically a dining room, and yes, Barney likes to go for a little ride on my chariot, and so does Patches actually. And this is normally where I sit through the day and watch my YouTube channels. As you can see, it has changed dramatically. It's all nicely cleaned. Now, let's have a look at another room. Okay, here we are in the kitchen, and it's all cleaned up. Look at that table, nice and clean. And I've actually got bench tops. Look at that. All cleaned down. Lovely. Yes, you're not going outside. You don't want to go out and terrorise the birds out there. Eh? So, all nicely cleaned, ready for sale. Let's have a look at another room. Okay, bedroom. Still got a little bit of tidying to do in here. That great big bed's gone. This big blanket box is going sometime today. But what a difference. All the mess is gone. I plan on putting the beds up on the platform, and that will free up the sides a lot. I couldn't put them up on the platform until that big 4-poster bed was gone though. Now it is, they can go up on the platform. And that will show any prospective buyers the absolute space of this room. And here we go. Remember that very junky walk-in wardrobe that I put the freezer in? Here it is. It's all cleaned up. It's a bit of a difference. Look, I have a floor. It's no longer a floor drobe. And bathroom. It's all nicely cleaned. Here we are with the final look at the bedroom. All the mess is gone. The big bed is gone. I've got my 2 disability beds pushed together to make a big bed. When the grandies come over, they can just hop in the other one with old Nan. In the meantime, it looks like it's, you know, like a nice king-size bed or whatever, so people can see how big that space is there. And as you see, we have Mr. Barnabas, who's taking an afternoon nap. And he takes up one whole bed. And normally I've got Patches, and she takes up the other whole bed. Yes, I know I'm keeping you awake. Considering you keep me awake all night. Anyway, so there's been a lot of work done in here. And that's only the beginning. Okay, so what I thought I would do is come out and make a video of my fernery at the moment. And yes, it is very, very messy. Lots of weeds everywhere. Now I've sold a little bit of stuff off, but I thought before too much more goes, I would take a video of it so you could see what it's like. Now, don't worry, in my condition at the moment, I know very well I don't have the strength or the energy to clean this up. So tomorrow, I've got a local handyman that I use, and he's going to come and tidy all this up for me. And I will bring you back for the finished product. What a mess. Chris, my little gardening angel, has come and done his magic on my fernery here. And as you see, he has done a wonderful job. I am so grateful to have found him. Barney, you're a shit. Anyway, little rat bag. Yeah. He's done such a wonderful job in here. It was so overgrown. And honestly, the way I've been feeling lately, I tried having a go one day there. I put in about an hour and I was absolutely knackered for about 2 days. So he put in probably half to 3/4 of a day in here, and geez, he's done amazing. I did actually put some fish in here, but there's one over there, I think. Mr. Trouble's been in here. Now let's see if we can zoom in. Down there he is. I'm afraid zoom's not very good. There he is. Sorry for the camera work. I really am shit at this. Anyway, as I said, Mr. Trouble's been in here. He likes to go in and he goes fishing. The little rat bag. Anyway. But the peas I planted are doing okay. And I really need to harvest the celery. But it is what it is. Anyway, no, wrong way. Go back out. There we go. So let's move on to another spot. Right, Chris also cleaned up this little area for me. It was very overgrown and looked absolutely atrocious. And he's done a great job, as he usually does, and cleaned it all up for me. And yesterday I got stuck into this area and gave it a good clean. And now we shall move into... Now, aren't my daylilies just beautiful? Here's a squirrel moment for you. They're doing really well. So, here's a new scooter I bought. It's under a sheet at the moment. I picked it up out of the local paper. It's pretty well brand new, a Path Rider. And I plan on using this up and around town, and that will get me mobile again. I won't have to rely on other people. So, here's the work we did. Chris has done a really good job on this as well. I did quite a fair bit, but he did all the pretty well heavy lifting and all the high work. And here's me little shelf thing. All my peppers are going well. I've actually got peppers on them. Here we go, there's one. There's another one over the back there. I've got to take them off and dry them. And I've got quite a few plants that I'm striking so that I can take to the new homestead. Wow, there's a lot there, there's a lot being done, there's still an awful lot I have yet to do. I have 2 huge big sheds to clean out yet, and a big, very messy garden shed and potting station that needs to be cleaned up, tidied up and emptied out. A lot of the things that I have left, especially in the house, are things that I'm actually going to leave to the movers. What I am doing is just going through the stuff that I've got left, and yes, tidying it up to get ready for sale, but also getting rid of anything that I really don't plan on taking with me to a new property. So, big plans ahead. And yes, you're going to come along with me for having a look. And yes, I will show you the new homestead when I've found it. And moving in, well, some of the moving in anyway. I won't show you the movers or the friends that help me to move because they don't want to be on video. But I will bring you along for the whole thing. Then we have the whole process of starting a new garden. What am I going to do? I'm not going to do an in-ground garden because I can't do that sort of work anymore. But I have a few ideas. If you've got any suggestions, leave them in the comments box. I would very much appreciate some ideas. One of the things I was thinking about is more wicking beds, of course, but on a smaller scale. And I was actually going to toy with the idea of doing aquaponics or maybe hydroponics. I haven't really looked into it that much yet to see what's involved and how do I put it together. I'm a total newbie, novice, beginner, whatever. I have got not a clue on what goes where and how and what bits I need. And yes, I know there's some great channels out there. Rob Bob's one of them, and I've followed his channel for many years. A lot of what he says though with his wicking beds, I've got no idea what he's saying. And I certainly don't want to do it on his scale nor expense. I know it's something that you can start off with fairly cheaply, but where I live nothing is cheap because it's so darn hard to get hold of. You've got to go online to big sites and you know, just for the basic stuff, you're looking at hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I don't have it. Trying to get like even one of them blue barrels are like $25 each here. So, an IBC tote, you're looking at a cheap one would be $50. You know. They're not cheap. Difficult to find, and then I've got to find somebody who will bring it, cut it up, and put it where I want it. So, once again, if you've got any suggestions, put them down in the comments box. I would very much appreciate any ideas that you might have on starting a new system where I can get products in Victoria. at a reasonable cost. Yeah. Anyway, if you like the content that I'm bringing, please think about giving me a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed, now would be a good time when I'm starting a whole new journey and you can come along with me. Alright, that's it from me today. Bye guys, I'll catch you again soon.